Okay, let's begin. So what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to take one or two details. So, if I could have your full name, please. Okay, good. How do you spell the last name? Perfect. What's your date of birth, please? Okay, good. And your full address? Okay, good. Which gender do you identify with, or are you gender neutral, non-binary? Okay, perfect. Now, a bit of medical history. Have you had any bumps to the head in the last 12 months or so that needed hospital treatment? Okay. And any that didn't need hospital treatment? Did you ever bump your head and then not bother getting anything done? Okay, good. And any major illnesses in the last 12 months? Okay. And does anyone in your family suffer from diabetes? Okay, good. High blood pressure? Any heart issues in your family? No angina? Okay, perfect. So, what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm just going to have a brief overall look at your face, and can I touch your face, your ears, and just run my hands through your scalp? Would that be okay? Excellent, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a look at the basic musculature and the condition of your skin. Okay, good. And let me just feel around the orbits, the orbital bone of both eyes. Alrighty. Good. Okay, and I'm just going to have a feel around your ears. So I'm going to do one ear at a time. So if I get you to look somewhere over there for me, and we'll just have a look at your left ear. And what I'm doing is I'm just checking the integrity of the cartilage and the outside of the ear. Okay, perfect. That's good. And we'll have a look at your other ear. If you can look somewhere over there for me, please. And let's just have a fast look and just check if there's any breaks or bumps or notches in the cartilage of the ear. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to run my hands through your scalp now, if that's okay. All right, that's good. So just close your eyes for me and close your eyes. There you go. I'm just going to run my hand through your scalp. And what this does is gives me an idea if there's any abnormalities or lumps or bumps on the scalp or the skull that we need to be concerned with. good. If you could just lower your chin a little bit, just so I could have a look. Just get up on tippy toes. That's good. Okay, good. Let's just have a look at the, have a peek at the other side now. So, you doing okay? Excellent, good. If you close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, good. And I'm just going to have a look up at the other side. Good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to reach around the back of your head. You okay? That's good. Okay, good. All present and correct. Everything is going fine so far. So, let me just pop that down for you. Okay, good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pop this little guy on the end of your finger. Now, let me just get it started up. There we go. Now, this is a blood oxidation monitor, and it also tells me your heart rate, so I'm going to keep this on throughout the test. So if you can just hold out your finger for me. Okay, not too tight. Excellent, good. So I'm going to keep that on throughout the test, and we're also going to take your temperature. So if you wouldn't mind just opening your mouth for me, please. And I'm just going to pop this under your tongue just for a second or two. You can close your mouth now. Okay, good. 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 That's great. And temperature is perfectly normal. So that's great news. And what these preliminary checks do is they just give me a baseline to work from for the test. So what we're going to do next is we're going to check your blood pressure with this little guy here. So if I get you to just extend your arm out for me, if you could roll your sleeve up, and I'm just going to put this cuff on your arm. That's great, good. All right, now this is going to get just a little bit tight, so I'm just going to pump this guy up. You're doing very well. (120/80). Couldn't be better. That's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my trusty stethoscope and we're going to have a listen both to your lungs and to your heart. So I'm going to listen to your heart first, and I'm just going to warm this up a little bit. Okay, so if you could lift your top up just a little bit for me, and I'm just going to place this on your skin. There you go. We're going to have a listen to your heart. Okay, good. perfectly normal. That's great. So let's just have a listen to your lungs. So if I get you to breathe in for me and out. Breathe in. And out. Okay, good. Breathe in again for me. And out. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to come around the back, so okay, if you lift your top up a little bit for me. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And if you can breathe in for me. And out. And in. Out. If you breathe in for me, please. And out. Okay. Going to check the other side. So, if you lift your top up again for me, please. And same thing, if you can breathe in for me, please. And out. And in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Okay, good. Do you want to just take a second or two? I don't want you hyperventilating, right? So I'll just take a second or two. Let me just rub this along the brow there. And I find that this calms patients down quite a lot when they've had to do a lot of work during the exam. There you go. Good for you. Take a deep breath in and out. Shake yourself loosey-goosey. That's great, good. Can I have a listen just around the back, so if you can, that's it, lift your top up again for me. And breathe in. And out. And in. And out. Breathe in. And out. That's great. Perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong with your heart or your lungs. And as I said, these tests give us a baseline from which to work for the rest of your cranial nerve exam. So, how are you feeling? You okay? Okay, good. So, let's move on now to the next part of the cranial nerve exam. And what we're going to do next is we're going to check your eyes. So, I'm going to shine this little guy in your eyes. Now, this is what's called an ophthalmoscope, and it gives me a direct image of the back of your eye. So, I'm going to shine this light in your eyes. It's going to get a little bit bright, sorry about that, so blink once or twice for me. If you pick a spot in the distance somewhere, and I'm just going to be shining this in your eyes. Okay, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, good. If you can look up to the ceiling for me, please. Perfect. If you can look down into your lap, I'm just going to lift up your lid. So that's it, good. Keep looking down. Okay, if you can look to your left for me, please. perfect, perfect. And if you look over to your right, sorry, this is very bright. Okay, good. If you can look straight ahead again for me, please. And this time, if you can look right into my light. Perfect. Okay. Everything is fine. So let's just check out your other eye. So again, if I get you to pick a spot somewhere in the distance, and I'm just going to have a look, see what's going on in your right eye. Okay, good. If you can look up to the ceiling for me, please. Okay, if you can look down for me, please. Okay, good. If you can look to your left. And if you can look to your right for me, please. Okay, look straight ahead again. And if you can look right into my light. Yeah, that's great. Good, good, good. You're doing well. Nice, clear eyes. So that is fine. Let me just pop down the results. Okay, good. So what we're going to do next, we're going to check your pupillary response. And we're going to do that by using this little guy here. Okay. This light. So let's just have a general look first. So if you close your eyes for me, then open up. Good. Okay. Keep looking straight ahead. Don't be afraid to blink. Direct, consensual. Direct, consensual. Direct, consensual. Direct, consensual. Direct, consensual. Direct, consensual. Good. Now, if you can put your hand up like this, that's it, that's good. Okay, and I'm just going to swing the light back and forth. Okay, perfect, good. Now, what I want you to do next is, if you can look at the bridge of my nose just here. Okay. So we have direct, consensual, look at the bridge of my nose, and near. Good. Okay, let me just double check that. Perfect. That's great. Good, 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 good. Okay, so the next test, what I would like you to do is, now this is very, very subjective, this test. But don't be afraid of getting it wrong, because there's no right or wrong answer. So, you see this very, very bright light here. Now, what I want you to do is, if you cover up your one eye for me, please. That's it. Keep looking just at the bridge of my nose. And tell me if you can see the light come into your field of view. Okay, good. That's great. Now, what I want you to do next is, keeping this one eye covered, I'd like you to tell me where the light is brightest, okay? So I'm going to bring it into your field of view. We'll have a dummy run first, so I'm going to bring it into your field of view. Tell me where the light is brightest. About there? Okay, good. Let's do that again just to be sure. Okay, one eye covered, that's good. About there? Perfect, that's great. So, let's try the other eye. So, cover this eye, And if you look again, just at the bridge of my nose. About there? Okay. Do it one more time for luck. About there? Not sure? Okay, let's try once more. Perfect. That is great. Okay, so what I'd like you to do this time is I'm going to check the extraocular muscles in your eyes. Now, they're the muscles that get your eyes to move around. So, now there's a trick to this. You can't move your head, okay? Can't follow the light by moving your head. So if you keep your head still, and like you're looking at me now, so keep your head dead still, and with your head still, just follow the light with your eyes, okay? Follow the light. Okay, good. Keep looking at the light for me. Perfect. Perfect. That is good. Good, 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 good. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do the same again, but this time I'd like you to tell me if the light goes double, if you see two lights at any point, or if there's any pain or discomfort in following the light. So, same thing. So, head still. There you go. Good. And again, if you follow the light for me. Okay, good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Great. So there was no pain or discomfort, or you didn't get any diplopia, no double image or anything? No. Perfect. That's great. Good, 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 good. Okay, so this time what I want you to do is I want you to follow my finger, okay? So keep looking at the tip of my finger and just follow my finger, okay? And follow it further away and back again and back again. Okay, good. Now, this time I'm going to check your peripheral vision. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me, looking at my two fingers, when they leave your field of view, okay? So if I get you to look at the two fingers, tell me when they leave your field of view. Okay, good. And again. Okay, good. And again. And again. Okay, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, let me just pop that down. Okay, you, my friend, are doing fine. So, what I'm going to get you to do next is count some fingers for me. So, again, I want you to look at the bridge of my nose or somewhere in the middle of my face and tell me how many fingers that I'm holding up. Okay, so, you ready? Okay, good. Okay, good. Aha, tried to trick you. Okay, good. Okay, good. That is perfect. Good, good, good. Okay, so what I'd like you to do next is I'd like you to tell me when my fingers wiggle in the periphery of your vision. So again, if you can look just at the bridge of my nose here, I'm going to hold my fingers up and you tell me when they wiggle. You see that? Good? Okay, and again. Okay, good. Good. Keep looking just here. Good, good. Perfect. That's great. Good, good. Okay, so what we're going to do next is something called a red desaturation test. Now, what this does is to tell me whether the function of your optic nerve is working correctly. So, can you tell me the color of this pen, the pen top? Yeah, okay, bright red. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to bring it across your vision like that. And I want you to tell me if the brightness of the red changes at any point when it moves across your vision. So, again, if you look straight ahead towards me and okay, so you saw the red of the pen, you want to have another go? Okay, good. So, and again. Okay, so did the colour red change at any point? Should we give it another go? One more time. Okay, good. So again. That's perfect. Good. No change in the red. That is fine. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit deeper. Now, you see the flowers here? They're a really, really, really deep red. Now, it's the same thing. I want you to keep looking at me, but when you notice the flowers come into your field of view, I want you to tell me whether the redness of the flower changes at any point. So, again, look at me, and I'm just going to bring this into your field of view. Okay, any change in redness? No, good. And same thing. Okay, no change in the intensity or the colour of the red or the brightness. Perfect. That is great. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we're going to have a closer look at the back of your eyes now. Now I'm going to use this little guy here. Now this is what's called a Volk lens, V-O-L-K. And I need to use a light with it, so I'm going to get up really, really close. I hope you don't mind. But if I get you to blink for me, please. Blink for me, please. Blink again. All right, so I'm going to hold this up in front of your left eye, and I'm just going to shine a light into your eyes. Okay, good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, what this gives me is a 3D image of the back of your eyes. Okay, good. But the image is also inverted and turn right to left, which is a bit of a pain, but hey. Okay, good. If you can look up for me, please. And to your left. And to your right. If you can look down for me, please. Okay, perfect. That's great. And if you look straight ahead again for me, you must forgive me. The hospital dog is snoring in the corner of the room there. It's okay. He's perfectly sterile in more ways than one. You won't catch anything from him. He's good. So keep looking straight ahead for me, please. And blink, blink, blink. That's great, good. I'm just going to hold this up in front of your right eye. Okay, good. And if you can look up to the ceiling for me, please. And, okay, good. If you can look to your left and to your right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. If you can look down for me, please. And look straight ahead again. Okay, that's great. So, cornea is fine, aqueous humor is fine, crystalline lens is clear as the day you were born, vitreous humor nice and clear, retina absolutely nice and pink and no problems there at all. Optic disc is fine and the macula is good too, so good to go in each eye, so that's fine. So what we're going to do next is what we call a comparison test. Now, I'm going to hold my hands up like this, and you tell me which one is further away, okay? So, I'm going to start now. So, which one is further away? Good. And now, good. And now. And now. And now. And now. And now. And now. Good, good, good. And now. Perfect. That's great. Good. Okie doke. So, what we're going to do next is we're going to check your vision. So, what we have here, back in the old days, this used to be called an alliterate E chart. But these days we call it tumbling E's. Now, you notice that the E's face in different directions. So what I want you to do is to tell me which direction the spokes of the E is facing. Your choices are right, left, up, or down. Okay? So, let's begin. So, this guy here. Oops. Try again. This one here. Okay, good. And here. And here. This one. This one. How about this guy here? Good. This one here. And here. And here. And here. Okay, now anything below this black line here, and you get brownie points. So, you tell me this one here. That one. That one. That one. And this one. Okay, good. And this one here. And here. And here. Good. And here. And here. And here. And here. Brilliant. Good. So, you've got one line better than 20/20, or as we say here in the UK, 6/5 in each eye, which is excellent. So we're going to double check that with this little guy here. So, these are more conventional letters. You have no problems with letters or anything. You don't suffer from dyslexia or... No? Okay, good. So, what I want you to do is to simply read down from the top as far as you can go. So, start at the top, then work your way down. Okay, good. 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 Excellent. Perfect. Okay, and the last line. That is brilliant. You missed one letter on the last line, but most people trip up on that, so that is fine. Okay, so far, so good. Your basic general health is good, looking at you, your blood pressure, temperature, oxidation of your bloodstream, etc., etc. And your eyes are working well. So we're going to move on now to your ears. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a basic feel of the ear just on this left-hand side. Okay, good. I'm going to move across to your other ear. So that's great. Okay, and I'm just going to have a look behind your ears. Just run my finger along the back of your ear. Just to double check the cartilage is good. Okay, good. Same thing on the other side. Okay, perfect. That's brilliant. Now, I'm going to switch this guy up. And hey presto, like a transformer, he changes into an otoscope. So I'm just going to shine this little guy down each ear just to check the ear canal and check the tympanic membrane just to see if there's any waxy buildup or anything. So if I get you to turn your head a little bit just so as you're looking somewhere over there for me, and I'm just going to come in just a little bit. Okay, sorry, the metal's a little bit cold. Sorry if it's a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, good. So ear canal, a little bit of wax, but nothing to worry too much about. And tympanic membrane is intact. Okay, good. So let's have a look at the other side. If you can turn your head so you're looking just over there for me, please. And same thing. That's great. So a little bit more wax in this ear, but nothing to worry about. And tympanic membrane is good to go. That is great. Good, good. Okay, so let me just have a feel of your lymph nodes. So if you can lift your head up, your chin up rather, a little bit for me, and I'm going to come a little bit closer. I hope that's okay. Okay, good. I'm just going to feel around the mastoid area. Okay, perfect. That's great. Okay, good. So far, you've got 100% success rate in all the tests, which is what I like to hear. Okay, so we're going to try something called a hearing test. So it's very, very lo-fi, but it works every time. So if I get you to shut your eyes for me, there you go, good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rustle my fingers on either side of your head in each ear, and you tell me which ear that you hear the rustling in, okay? So, here we go. Good? 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 Good. Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. You can open your eyes now. That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to whisper a number, 3 numbers in each ear. And I'd like you to repeat back the numbers that I tell you. Okay? So, again, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close Okay, can you repeat those numbers back to me? Perfect, that's great. Try the other side, so close your eyes for me. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Good. 17 to 55. Okay, if you can repeat those back to me, that's great. Good. Okay, so next test. I'm going to be clicking a light. Like that, on either side. And it's kind of the same as the whispering test, but this time I want you to tell me how many clicks you hear. So again, if you can close your eyes for me. Perfect. And how many clicks do you hear? How many clicks? Perfect, that's good. And same again, if you can close your eyes for me, please. That's great. Tell me how many clicks you hear. How many? Perfect. That's great. Okay, so we're going to do a tuning fork test. And again, if I get you to close your eyes for me, what you're going to hear... Oh, that was loud, sorry. You're going to hear that in either ear. And I want you to tell me which ear you hear the vibrations in, okay? So, if you close your eyes for me, there you go, good. And okay, left side, good. And again. Left side again, okay, good. Right side, perfect. Left side, good. And right side, that's great, good. You can open your eyes up now. Okay, now the next test, you can keep your eyes open. I'm going to do the tuning fork on either side. But this time you tell me when you can't hear the vibrations anymore, okay? When they go away. So, keep looking at me. About now. Perfect. Good, good, good. And same thing on the other side. About now. That couldn't be better. That is great. Good. Okay. General health good. Eyes are good. Ears are good. So we're going to move on now to your musculature, and we're going to be paying special attention to your head, neck, shoulder, and face area. Okay? So let me just see. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to double check musculature of the face. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to hold up this little guy. Now, he's been in the fridge. He's very, very cold. Now, I want you to close your eyes again, and you tell me where on your face you feel the cold. Okay? So, close your eyes. That's great. And tell me where you feel the cold. And now. And now. And now. Okay, good. And now. And now. And now. And now. The tip of your nose. Okay, good. That's fine. So, what we're going to do next is, let's take these off. I'm going to get you to touch your nose with your finger. Good, that's fine. Touch your nose with your other finger. That's great. Okay, now using the first hand, what I want you to do is to touch your nose and then touch my palm. Good. Okay, touch your nose, touch my palm. Okay, now I'm going to start moving my palm. So I want you to, when I say so, touch your nose and touch my palm. Okay, so touch nose, touch palm, touch nose, touch palm, touch nose, touch palm, touch nose, touch palm, nose, palm, nose, palm, nose, palm, nose, and palm. Very, very good. That's great. Okay. Next thing, if you can hold your hands out like this, like you're holding a board or a tabletop or something, hold them out like this. That's great. Now, try to resist me pushing them down. Don't let me push them down. Okay, wow. You're stronger than you look. Okay, perfect. That's great. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes again. There's a lot of eye closing involved in today's test. But I want you to close your eyes and I want you to keep your palms up like you had them before. But with your eyes closed and your chin up, I want you to keep your palms at the same level. Okay, if you can keep your palms at the same level for me, that is perfect. Very good. Okay. Now then, what I want you to do next, I want you to make a crook with your arm like this. I want you to push your elbow out like that. Now, I'm going to pull and I want you to resist. Okay? Resist. Okay, good. Same for the other side. And I'm going to pull and you resist. Wow, you are strong. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift my arm up like this. I'm going to crook my arm like that, and I want you to pull. Okay, good. And same on the other side. I'd like you to pull for me, please. Yeah, good, 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 good. Okay. That's fine. Good. Okay. If you could take your hand, your fingers, and just touch your ear. Okay, touch your ear. Good. Same with the other set of fingers if you touch your ear. Perfect. That's fine. Okay, good. And if I get you now to take your fingers, touch your opposite shoulder for me. Okay. And again, opposite shoulder. Good. Now, I want you to take both hands. I want you to wrap them around your shoulders like this. And I want you to scrunch your back for me. Yeah, that's right. If you can push your shoulders apart for me, that's good. I'm just going to be having a look-see. Okay. And the other side, just keep doing that for me, please. Perfect. That's great. Good, good. Now, I want you to take your head and tilt it just to the one shoulder and to the other shoulder. Good. And I'm going to get you to lift up your shoulders for me like that, if you would. Yeah, good. Okay, keep them there. Don't let me push them down. Don't let me push them down. Okay, excellent. That's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, good. So I'm going to take the tuning fork again, and I'm going to be touching this end of the tuning fork to your lips, your nose, your chin, and each shoulder. And all I want you to tell me is if you can feel the vibrations. Okay? So let's start with your nose. Just going to pop this on your nose. Okay, you feel the vibrations. Good. Okay, we're going to do your lips. So, perfect. You feel the vibrations. Yeah? Good. Okay, let's try your chin. So if you lift your chin up just very, very slightly for me. You feel the vibrations. Good. That's great. And we're going to do either shoulder. So do this one first. Okay, feel the vibrations. Good. And again. Same thing. Excellent. There wasn't any difference between the two shoulders. No, about the same. That is perfect. That's great. Good, 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 good. Okay, so my favorite part of the test. Now, I'm going to get you to make some faces. Okay? So this is where we get a bit silly. I want you to give me your biggest smile. Okay? Really show your teeth like you're on the Hollywood red carpet. Perfect. Now I want you to keep smiling, and I want you to resist me pushing your smile back. Okay, good. Next, I want you to clench your eyes shut and resist me from opening your eyes. Okay, good. And this time, I want you to keep your eyes open for me and resist me shutting them. Okay, excellent, that's fine. And what I want you to do next is, if you can do this for me, just make a pousy sort of a... Okay, good. And if you can puff out your cheeks for me, okay, like that. I want you to puff out your cheeks, and I'm going to see if I can pop them. Okay, good, that's fine. Now, this time, I want you to, I'm going to bring my hand up against the side of your head, and I want you to turn into my hand, and I want you to resist my hand's pressure against the side of your head. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So there you go. If you can turn into my hand. Okay, wow, okay. And I'm going to put my hand under your chin like this. I want you to bear down on my hand for me. Okay, and hands on the top of your head. So if you can kind of try and bring your head up into my hands. Okay, perfect. That's great. Good, good. Okay, so this time I would like you to clench your jaws for me, please, tight as you can. Do you grind your teeth at night? Okay, good. Okay, I'm just going to have a feel. Okay, keep clenching your jaw, and I'm just going to have a feel of the temples on either side. Okay, that is good. Okay, so there's a tongue depressor now. I'm going to get you to open wide, say ah, and if you can bite down on the wooden stick for me, please, and don't let me bring it back. Okay, try and prevent me from taking it away. Okay, good. While we're here with this little guy, let's just check your Gac Reflex. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, I'm so sorry. But if you can open wide, and I'm just going to reach this back to the back of your throat. Okay, good. Yeah, it's not very comfortable. Sorry about that. Okay, good. So, I'm going to put my hands either side of your throat, and if you could swallow for me, please. Okay, and again. Swallow. And again, swallow for me, please. That is perfect. Good, good, good. Okay. Okay. Musculature, there is no problem whatsoever. So next up, we're going to do the olfactory nerve. And we're going to get you to smell some things, some very pleasant smells. So take this guy here, and if I get you to just cover up your one nostril, and I'm going to put this underneath your nose, and you tell me what you can smell. Okay, coffee, good. Okay, and again, mint, perfect. Okay, now this one's a bit tricky. Citrus, yeah. Most people say grapefruit, but citrus is fine. Okay, I'm going to mix them up. I'm going to try your other nostrils. If I get you to do the honours on this side. And same thing. Tell me what you smell. Mint, peppermint. Yeah, it's a very strong smell. So I'm going to give you a new smell now. So tell me what you think this is. Like a chocolate? Yeah, very good. Okay, good. And last one. You smell this one for me. Oops. Lavender. Yes, not very many people get that, so that's excellent. That's fine. So we're going to do the same, but with taste. Let's see if your taste buds are working. So I'm going to pop a drop of this on your tongue, and you tell me what it is that you can taste. Okay, good. So open wide. There you go. Okay, just savor that. And can you tell me what you taste? Citrus. Yes. Good, 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 good. Okay, so let's just grab another one. And tell me what it is you taste. Okay, mint. Yep, very strong. Okay, good. And last but not least, try this one. So tell me what you taste. Chocolate. Yes. Nobody mistakes chocolate. That's great. Good. So what I'm going to do is just pop your notes that I've made up into the computer, but you did very, very well. Nothing wrong with your cranial nerves, that is for sure. Everything is working as it should be, and you don't have any issues whatsoever that I can see. Okay, do you have any questions you'd like to ask about the test? When do you get the results? Get the results in maybe a week's time, okay? But you aced it, so nothing to worry about. Okay, good. So, one last check. I'm just going to shine this other light in your eyes for a second or two. So, just to check the integrity of your skin, which is the body's biggest organ. You didn't know that, did you? Okay, good. So, if you look straight ahead for me, please, and I'm just going to be scanning the skin just along your face. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to have a look at the neck area. So if you can lift your chin up a little bit for me, please. Okay, good. All right, and just the upper part of your chest. Very, very good. That's great. You did good. So, we will see you again in 6 months' time. If you have any issues between now and then, don't hesitate to get in touch. So, we'll see you again soon.